Hi everyone. Remember, in the previous week, I gave you two assignments. In the first one, I asked you to summarize a number of keywords in a PDF document I sent you via email, or I uploaded onto Moodle, rather, I should say. Among the words that I asked you to summarize are reflective learning, design, participatory, cognitive profiles, learning environments, and personalized learning environments. And I would like to congratulate you on having done that successfully. The second assignment was based on a video which I asked you to watch, and based on the instructions in it, try to create quizzes and tests for your students using a famous online platform called Google Forms. And again, I would like to congratulate you on having done that with success. In this video, the center of attention is going to be on a new online platform that we can also have recourse to when we want to create quizzes and tests for our students. As you can see from the screen, this online platform is called Class Marker. So the first thing you need to do is to open your search engine, Google search engine, you write Class Marker, and the first result that comes up, you click on it and it will take you to the window that we have on the current screen. So having done that, you need to go to register free. As you can see here, registration is free in this online platform, which is a good thing. That is, you don't have to pay anything for getting an account in this platform. So click on register free. Okay, once you click on register free, you would have this window with these two different options. Either you create an account as a test taker, or you create an account as an administrator. So this is something we're going to have a look at later. So let's focus on creating an account as an administrator, meaning as a teacher. Here you have two different options. Either the account that they're going to make is going to be for business purposes or for educational purposes, because we are teachers and therefore we need to choose this option here. Click on it and this will take you here. As you can see, you need to fill in your details, meaning your first name, last name, username, etc., etc. So having done that, all of that, you click on agree, and then you make sure that you click on register. Again, I'm clicking on register, but it fails to do that because I didn't fill in my details, because I've already created an account, so no need for me to repeat the same thing again and again. So what I'm gonna do is to click on log in, and these are my details, my username and password. So I click on log in, and it would take me to this window here. So these are the three major steps that we need to take account of. The first is to create a test, the second is to assign it, and the last one is to analyze the result. That is, your students having finished doing the test or the quiz, you need to evaluate the results and send them back their grade. So first thing we need to do is to create a test. Here we need to give a name to this test. So let's choose something like, I don't know, grammar test 2, because I've already done that. So let's click on it and then start adding questions. Okay, so what is most important here, don't be concerned with all of the stuff that you have around. What is most important for you is to hover over fixed questions. This would get you this pop-up box, and you click on add to this test or question bank. You click on that. And here again, you have a list of different options, different types of questions, multiple choice, true or false, matching, free text, grammar, and essay. So let's try to play with this. Let's create 1 or 2 questions and see how we can do that. So here maybe we want to write something like, what is the capital city of, what is the capital city of Spain? Okay, and then here you are gonna write the different options, and of course amongst these options one of them should be correct. So let's write here something like let's write Rabat. Here we write, I don't know, Paris. Here you write Berlin, and finally you write the option that is correct, and that is, as we all know, Madrid. And you make sure that you click on this option here, because this answer or this option is the correct option. So you need to click on it, and then you come all the way down. Here you need to give assign a particular point or number of points to this question based on the weight of the question, whether it is an important question or not really important question. So again, here you need either to randomize the questions each time the students have access to the test. They would have different settings. That is, it would help to reshuffle the questions that you have that you've given them. And here you need to customize the shape of the buttons, whether you want them radio buttons or check boxes. And having done all of that, you need to make sure that you save your settings, or else everything you've been doing would be in vain. So now let's try to create another question which is true or false. So let's say we want to write something like Real Madrid has won Champions League. Okay, let's say twice. And of course, this is wrong, this is false, so you click on false. And again here, you need to assign points to your question, and you click on save. So each time you do this, you get this pop-up box telling you that your question has successfully been made. Now let's try to write another question. Now it's gonna be, as you can see from the box here, a matching exercise. So here you have instructions for your matching exercise, and here you need to write clues. Responsible, and of course when we have adjective responsible, we need to use preposition for with it. You write here something like worried of something. Here you write, I don't know, happy with. And finally, you choose another adjective that goes with a particular preposition, and that is, let's put here of. Okay, and that's it. If you want to write, okay, to create more options, so that's up to you. Here, as you can see, this gives you the choice to create more options. Again, you fix the weights. Okay, you assign a number of points for this question. You try to fix issues related to shufflings, grade scale, etc., etc. So now we're going to save to make sure that the question is done. Again, we have this pop-up message telling us your question was saved in your question bank and is set in your test. Now let's see what we have in this free text. What we mean by free text is when you give this is kind of gap filling exercise. You give your students a sentence and you drop off a word or expression or a phrase, and then you give them the chance to try to come up with that missing word or expression. So let's try to do one here. Let's say we may want to write something like don't know, I was happy that the weather was we leave here some space and oh no, okay, and fine. So here I'm going to write sunny. Here gloomy. Gloomy has a negative meaning. Gloomy. And here we write something like too hot. And again, you need to scroll all the way down to assign points to your question and click on save. Now, what do we mean by grammar? An exercise in grammar. Based on this exercise, you can create a sentence which has some kind of grammar mistake, and then you provide the correct alternative, and you ask your students to come up with that correct alternative. Let me give you an example here. So they have killed the deer yesterday. The problem with this one here, as you can see, and I'm pretty sure you can get the answer, is here we have present perfect, but we have here a fixed point in time, meaning normally when we use the present perfect, we shouldn't use a fixed point in time, and therefore the correct answer should be something like they have, or they killed the deer yesterday. And again, you assign points and you click on save. The final step is for us to write an essay question. You give your students a topic and you ask them to develop it into either a paragraph or essay, depending on your objective as a teacher. So let's try to choose a topic for our students to write, to develop into an essay. Something like, okay, what are the negative effects of the coronavirus on the world economy? Okay, so I think everything is set. Again, you need to assign points here because this is an essay. Normally we need to give it more weight, so we give it 10 points. So again, you click on save. So we are done. Now the next step we need to go to, again, if you want to make other questions, other multiple choice questions, as a false or true, matching, free, that is up to you. That is the length of the exercise is something that it's a decision that you as a teacher need to make. So the next step now for us is to create groups. Is to create a group of students. This is the group of students who are gonna sit for this test. So let's create a new group. So you make sure to click on this one here, okay, to create a new group. You give your group a name. I've already created this group here, ICT students. If you haven't, so you need to write a particular naming for your group. So click on create group. Here you come all the way to this button here where you need to add members. So click on that. Here you have two different choices. For the first one, register members yourself. This is painstaking, a lot of trouble, a lot of effort. Meaning each time a new student comes along and wants to join your class, you would have to take their details and you try to fit them in. This is time intensive effort. So it is much better to let students self-register. And for this reason, we're gonna choose the second option here, self-registration codes. You click on it. Here you need to choose how many students you want to add to your group. So we're going to choose. We're going to opt for one because this would take us a lot of time if I choose more than one. So click on one and then click add member registration codes. Okay. You would have this message here. You click on print member registration codes. This will take you to a new window, and this is what we are really interested in. This is this code that we have here. So if you have opted for more than one student, you would have a list of different codings here. And of course, you need to select them and you give them to your students. Because based on these, because your students cannot access the test unless they have these codings, okay, these codes. So I would like to copy this one, okay, and save it for later use. So having finished all of that, what you need to do is to assign the test. Click on assign test. So this is the test that we want to assign our students. Now assign to group, and you choose the group, for example, ICT students 2. Okie dokie. And then you click on next. Now here, once you've done that, you will have to attend to a number of other settings, like the availability of the test, the time when the test is to be administered. If you want to do that, you can click on this option here. If you want it to be currently available, you leave this one ticked. If you want to make it available later on, you click on this one here and you try to fix the date, meaning in 2 days time, in a week's time, and you specify the hour that is from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and so on. So here we have other settings. I'm not going to go into them. As you know, I don't want to make the video too long. You play with them. All you need to do is to click on the choice that you have here, and then it will tell you. It will give you instructions of what you're required to do. So no need for me to go through that. So once you've done that, you click on assign. Okie dokie. So here, if you want to preview the test, what you need to do is to click on preview. I'm not going to do that again so as to save time. What we need to do now is to try to see this from the perspective of the student. We're gonna go to the very first step that we started with and try to register for free. But this time we're not going to register as a teacher, but we're gonna register as a student. So I'm gonna log out, register for free as a student, and then here you need to put in your details. Again, I'm not going to go through that because I've already created a name for that is a code for one of my students, and then all I need to do is to click on login, change. This is my admin, so I'm going to write the student's name. Here it is. Okay, so I click on this one here and then click on login. Here we go. So what the student needs to do is to click on retake. So you click on retake, and this would give you instructions, that is a number of questions that you have, whether you have time limit or not, so all the necessary information that the student needs to know so he or she can do the exercise, do the test successfully. So here if you want to go back, but this is the one that will take us to the test that we need to take. So for example, when did Morocco get its independence? So you choose one of these. For example, if we choose this one here and click on next, it would show us whether we've done this successfully or not. So this is the second question rather. So we need to try to do this one again. Here we have, they have killed the goat. They have killed the goat yesterday. Okay. So what we need to do here is to either, so what you need to remove this one and put it in the past simple, like we said in the instructions that we talked about earlier. So they killed the goat yesterday, and then you finish now, confirm finish now. Okay, so again here you have the student would be given feedback on the test that he or she has just gone through. Points 2 out of 2. This is the overall score. The duration, date started and date finished. Now let's go all the way back and see how this looks like from the perspective of the teacher. Again, I'm going to now register as or log in as the teacher. And as you can see here, I would have something like this. I would check out the results. And here I get all the information I need. This is the name of the student. And this gives me the percentage of the completion of the test, whether the student did only 50, 40, 60, 70%, depending on what the student did. And here I have the answers. So as you can see, the student has done 100% of the test. He got 2 out of 2 correct answers, meaning the student managed to give all the correct answers. So this is it. This is how it goes. Now, guys, what I would like you to do is this. Having watched this video, I would like you to do the same thing. Try to play with this one, and you send me the links so I can clearly see that you've gone through this one and created your own quizzes and tests for your students. That's the end of the video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me on Moodle. Have a good one, and most importantly, stay safe.